Hello students, in last lecture we have studied about the strings in PHP. Today we are going to study the array concept in PHP. An array is a special variable which can hold more than one value at a time. An array stores multiple values in one single variable. That means within a single variable we can store multiple values. Now to create the array in PHP, we have to use the function array and the round bracket. Then we can generate the array. An array is a data structure that contains a group of elements. That means within a single array name, we can generate multiple types of elements of the same data type. Typically, these elements are all of the same data type, such as an integer or string. That means we can provide the numbers just like 10, 20, 50, any number or any string. Arrays are commonly used in computer programs to organize data so that a related set of values can be easily sorted or searched. In computer programming, arrays are mostly used to sort the data or to search the data or to provide the different type of operations on the provided data. For example, a search engine may use an array to store web pages found in a search performed by the user. In our second lesson, we have studied that storage structure and the display structure of the search engine. That search engine uses the array to store that web pages. That means if you have provided any data for the surfing, then related to that data, whatever the different array output is having, our search engine shows the recommended output to the user. When displaying the results, the program will output one element of the array at a time. Now suppose you want to store 100 numbers. Then instead of defining 100 variables, it's easy to define an array of 100 length. Now it's simple. If you have to define 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables, we can easily define that 4 or 5 variables within our program. But if only for the numbers, that means our data type is same, that is integer, and for that integers we have to define the separate variables, then it will be very hectic. For that we can use the data concept array to store the length of all these required variables length as a array length. Now just see how to define the array. First of all, let's see its syntax. The syntax for storing and displaying the values in an array is, now to store or to generate the array, first of all you have to provide the array name, then size of the array, and then the data. Here string type of data is provided, that means this is the data of the string type. Then array name 1 is and array name 2 is pretty simple. These three different arrays are provided. Now when we have to take the output of all these provided data, then we have to print the array. Here print array name 0, print array name 1 and print array name 2. Then it will display the data. This is pretty simple on a single line. Okay. The next one, advantages of arrays. Why we are using the arrays? Arrays represent multiple data items of the same type using a single name. That means within a single name or by using a single name we can store multiple data items. In arrays, the elements can be accessed randomly by using the index number. Index number means if you are giving the array of 100, then from the first element to the last element it is having the specific index number, and by using that specific index number we can access randomly any number within the large range. Arrays allocate memory in continuous memory locations for all of its elements. That means if you are providing the array of 100 size, then in our computer memory location it will allocate that specific memory continuously. That 100 slots will get occupied only by that array within a serial manner. Hence, there is no chance of extra memory being allocated in case of arrays. As here continuous memory locations are used, therefore it will never occupy extra memory locations. This avoids memory overflow or shortage of memory in arrays. Due to this reason, memory should not be overflow or memory should not get short. Okay, that means we can easily perform our operations on arrays using the memory. Then using arrays, other data structures like linked lists, stacks, queues, trees, graphs, etc. can be implemented. Two-dimensional arrays are also used to represent the matrices. Now we are not going to study all these things, but you should know that arrays can be used for all these things. If you are going to study computer science for the engineering, that time you have to study the linked list, stacks, queues, trees, graphs, single dimensional array, two-dimensional array, how to perform the various matrices, operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, transpose, all that things which whatever you have studied in your regular mathematics, we can perform very easily by using the arrays. For example, if you have provided your input as 5, that means you have to enter the 5 numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then it will give the range of your array as a 4. Now why here range as a 4 though we have inputted 5 values? Because array's first number starts at the 0th location and the last location is n minus 1. Here our n is 5 and last location is n minus 1, that is 5 minus 1 equal to 4. Got it? Therefore range is always less than 1 from the input data. Always remember that our array elements or our array range always start at the 0th location and ends at the n minus 1th location. The code requires you find the range of elements of the array as the max element minus the minimum element. This is the simple tact to remember it, but just remember 0th location and n minus 1 location. Then how to find out the array range, or what is the array range? Range of an array is the difference between the maximum and the minimum element in an array. Its input and output format. Input consists of n plus 1 integers where n corresponds to the number of the elements in that array. That means if you are having the array of 100 numbers, then you may provide the 101 number. The first integer correspond to n and the next n integers correspond to the elements in the array. Then output consists of an integer which correspond to the range of the array. For example, assume that the maximum number of elements in the array is 20. Now its sample input and output for formatting specification. All here this you have to just remember the range format That range means difference in between the maximum and minimum element within that specific array. Then in PHP there are mainly three types of arrays. First one is the indexed array, second one is associative array, and third one is the multidimensional array. Within these three types we are going to study only the indexed array. Associative array and multidimensional arrays, these two types are dropped from our syllabus, and we will study the index array in next lecture. Today's your exercise in PHP, what is array? In today's video I have included much more part extra other than your textbook. It is only for your reference. Okay, we will stop here.